All right, today we're doing a deep dive into something, frankly, pretty disturbing. We're talking about the rise of deepfake pornography as really the new face of cyberbullying in schools.
It really is. And
Yeah.
that's the critical thing to understand here. We're seeing this huge shift. Bullying used to be about sharing an embarrassing photo.
Hmm.
Now, it's fabricating whole identities.
Fabricating identities, and it's happening to both boys and girls.
Absolutely. Their likenesses are taken and manipulated into extremely humiliating or sexual content, and then it's spread around
Yeah.
totally without their consent. It just demolishes any sense of safety at school.
And this is where it gets, well, really terrifying, the accessibility of the tech. This used to be something only like visual effects experts could do.
Not anymore. Now the tech is so user-friendly. Anyone with a phone and a little bit of time can create something shockingly convincing. And that ease of use, it basically weaponizes harassment. It completely shatters trust.
So what does that do to a kid? I mean, what's the psychological toll of something like this?
It's immediate and it's devastating. The research is very clear. We're talking about severe anxiety, depression, kids isolating themselves, and tragically, even suicidal thoughts.
Do we have any data on the scale of this? Is this just a few isolated incidents or something bigger?
Oh, it's much bigger.
Yeah.
The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, NCMEC, they're seeing a really sharp increase in deepfake child sexual abuse material being reported.
And a big part of the problem is that the fakes are so good,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. They blur the line between what's real and what's fake. It makes it so hard for a victim to even prove the content isn't real. And for law enforcement, it's a nightmare trying to trace where it came from.
Which is made worse by the fact that once it's online, it's kind of there forever.
That's what the research calls a lasting digital scar. You can't ever really scrub it from the internet. It follows them, and it can undermine their future.
Okay, so this sounds massive. If we can't fully erase it, prevention has to be the key. You mentioned a coordinated approach.
Yes, it has to be a tripartite solution. You need schools, you need policymakers, and you need families all working together.
All right, let's break that down. What's the role for schools right now? What can they actually do?
They need to do three things, and they need to do them now. First, their policies have to be explicit. Define deepfake abuse as a top-tier form of cyberbullying. No gray areas.
Okay, one is policy. What's two?
Two is education. Integrate real media literacy programs. Teach students how to spot manipulated content, and just as importantly, the ethics of creating and sharing it.
And the third thing?
Support. Robust, accessible counseling and psychological services for any student who's been targeted.
Now, on the policy side, we are seeing governments start to react, proposing huge fines, even prison time. Is that making a difference?
It's a start, but enforcement is lagging way behind the technology. It's one thing to criminalize it, it's another thing to reliably trace and prosecute the people doing it. There's a huge gap there.
So that leaves the third pillar you mentioned, parents.
Parents and caregivers are indispensable. And the focus can't be on, just taking away the phone.
It's about conversation.
It's about creating continuous open dialogue without judgment. You have to build an environment where your child feels safe enough to come to you. Safe and not afraid that their one lifeline to their social world, their tech, is going to be taken away.
So it all comes down to this coordinated action then. Schools educating, laws that are actually enforced, and families building resilience and trust at home.
That's the only way forward. And it raises a final, really important question for everyone listening. If we don't get all three of those stakeholders to act now, this isn't just going to be some fringe issue. It could become a baseline weapon that threatens the well-being of the entire next generation. So you have to ask yourself, what is your role in shining a light on this digital shadow, and how can you help dismantle it?